Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. And it's a nice day today, a bit chilly, a bit of frost on the ground first thing. But anyway, here we go. We're starting off on the big turntable. I'm turning it manually because this will not go on my small turntable. And what we got here is the Corgi Bedford car transporter number 1104. I've got these two to make one good one. I'll go into the details when we get it off the stand. But yeah, there's a bit of corrosion on that one. Broken parts, so on and so forth. The other ones, well, they've both had a bit of an overpaint on the top there. It's got some green on it. This one's been overpainted red. So, I'll just spin that round again. Go look at the red one. There you go. Right, we'll get these off the stand and we'll go through them individually and we'll see what we got broken and then see the differences between these two castings, because there is a difference. I don't think anybody spotted it yet, but there's definitely a difference. Okay, right, get it off the stand then. Right, we're off the turntable. Let's have a look what we got. This is the one I originally bought, this one. I looked at the photos when I bought it and it was up like this. I thought, oh, that's all right. And it was cheap. Now I know why it was cheap when I got it when it arrived. I mean, I'm not saying the seller was dodgy. I've bought stuff off him before. It was just me. I didn't look closely enough. And what it is, these are broken at the back. Look, snap clean off, both of them. See that? There's the other bit hanging down there. I don't know if you can see that. They're broken. And of course, these are under quite a bit of pressure. So, making new ones would have been... Well, I did try and glue one actually, and it didn't work. So, well, that's that. That was the thing. These were bent. I'd straighten them a little bit out. The cab is all right. I want gluing, but that's the pin. As you can see, the cab is a bit of a mess, but it's workable. It got all the tyres on it, which were quite good, so I'm pleased with that. Put that over to one side. So I thought, right, what I'm going to do. It's got tyres on the back as well, which is good. As you can see, it's been overpainted green here. It should be white. I don't know why they've done that, actually. So I thought I'd have to look around and see if I can get a spare trailer. And it took me a while, because I didn't want to pay a lot for it, to be honest with you, because I paid what I expected to pay for this. And I wasn't going to go and make it so expensive, it was a waste of time. But what I did notice, when I was looking around for a spare trailer, I did notice this. And I thought, well, all the trailers I looked at on eBay, on Google Images, they were all different to this. And I thought, well, is there a bit broken off here? Of both those, or not. And I looked and I looked and I just dropped on a page out of a catalogue, a 1960 catalogue, and it had one of these in it with this exact same fitting. So I thought, and I've only ever seen one apart from in that picture. And I went on the catalogue site and I looked at 1959 and 1961, either side of 1960, and they were this. Got this solid, got the tube there. And it appears, I might be wrong, I don't know, but it appears to me that this configuration, this piece here, only was in the 1960s one. I don't know if anybody's up on these sort of things, but I couldn't find any other images apart from one. The one that was in the catalogue and another one. And I did look around, and I've been looking on eBay, as you know, to find a spare, which I got this as a spare, and it all works. This is not broken and everything else with the tubes. So what I want to do, I'm going to keep this one with the tubes, with that there, with that fitting, rather than use this one. But I say it all works, all drops down. Sort of. It's a bit tight at the minute, but it does work. What I'm going to do is I might have to, I'm not sure yet, swap this bottom half, because this here is quite heavily corroded there. And I rub my finger on it, and here, where it's been laying on its side somewhere, I don't know, but it's really, really corroded. And when I get the paint off and have a look, we'll see. So what I've done, as like I always do when I get something I'm not sure what I'm doing, I mean, I don't mind embarrassing myself on camera sometimes, but there is times when you've got to be sensible and look at things. So what I've done, I've ground all these. There's a lot of pins in here. You've got 1, 2, 3 there, and then you've got the same on the bottom. 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. And what I've done, I ground the pins out to see how it all goes together. How simple it was to take apart. Taking apart was good, but when I went to put it back together again, it was fiddly. Trying to keep it all in balance, it was fiddly. So, enough of the yap, enough of the waffle. Let's get on. So I'm going to take both of these apart and see what we do. Get these fittings out the back here, try them on the front, and see if it works okay. If it works okay, we'll continue. So that's what we're going to do. So give me a minute to get sorted, and then we'll have a look. Well, in fact, what we'll do, we'll pull. What I've done is standard thing, what you do, grind the pins down, get the thinnest end, ground them down, and they just pop out. You can pull them out. That's that one. We'll take that one out. That one. And the top, these fall out the top then. And there's one here, which you can pull out. So then that should then release the top. There you go. Simples. That's the top released. There's your pins. There. That's your trailer pin. That's that pin. And the same on the bottom. Pull the pins out. Some are tighter than others. I have. That's it. Pull that pin out. And then these front bits come out through the top. They can't come out through the bottom because it's got a ring on it. So these come out through the top. That and that. These arms here, you can pull them, just pull them out. 1, 2, because these have got little rubbers in. You see them rubbers there? And it slides in between the rubbers there, which I'm going to put a little bit of lubrication in there when they go back together. One thing to remember when you're doing this, if you've got one like this, put this that way around, you see, with the lump facing forward. Yeah, so when it folds down that way, it's not going to get caught up. Okay, so that configuration. So we'll carry on, we'll pull this pin out, and they'll drop out there. Then there's the back pin. This holds the tailgate on through there, bar going through there, holds the tailgate on. So pull that out. There you have it. And that's the base. Okay. We'll get these tyres off. I'm not going to take this axle out. It'll be alright. It'll clean up the tree. Alright, there you go. So that's one strip. That's how it gets stripped. And this here pin, wherever it is, this here pin, that goes in there, like so. Okay, it's a bit of a loose fit actually, so I'll glue that back in. So that comes out. This one is already obviously come out of this one. Someone's put a nut bolt in. Yeah. All right, so that's all of the parts. So you've got your base, You've got your top deck, and you've got your tailgate, your towing pin. These are the broken arms. There. The broken arms are there. These are the front arms, as you can see. Alright. Don't forget, they're going through the top like that, because it's got a ridge on there, round there. Okay. That's those two. These are your main hydraulic rods, I suppose they call them. That one's a little bent, like it's got some work done to it. Yeah. That's bent. And I think you'll find all the axles. Well, that's that. Where's the other one gone? Oh, yeah. And these are your where you locate your arms, and these. That's them. So what you're left with now is a load of rods. And these are all the same size. So there's no confusion there. They're all the same size. So that's good. And 2 tyres. And I think these, I'm not sure what size these are. They might be 20s, I'm not sure. Have a look. No, 17s these. 17s. Yeah, you probably get away with 20s on there. Right. And then there's your cab, which I've now got to just get it all drilled out and separated. Right, that's what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and strip this one, take all the pins out and strip this one, and I am going to keep them separate. The other thing is this has got plastic tyres on here, look, different tyres. These are solid plastic tyres on here. Yeah, and they've got shaped hubs. See the hub on there's a shaped one? Well, this is a smooth hub. That would be done out an earlier one. So the tyres are different. And this is different here. So, and how they work, as most people would know this by now, drops down flat like that. Okay. And that hooks up there like that. So that, we've got to strip that one down. I've went out this morning and got some blue paint, which is the nearest I can possibly get. And the decals arrived yesterday. So we've got decals for it. A second. Got decals for it. The wrong way around. There you go. So we're all ready for that. So there's no reason why we can't continue. Right, let me get on with this. I'm going to strip this down. I'll be back when I strip that down so you can see all the bits together. Right, that's the red one stripped. Okay. But what I did notice, while I was taking the pins out, if you look, these are the pins out of the old one. They're solid rods, yeah. But I noticed that the pins on this one, I've got the holes through the middle. So the difference there. But I still had to grind them down, as you can see. But they've got little holes in, little holes. So that's the difference between that one. I couldn't find any other difference. This is the old one. This is the tube of the new one. And this is the tube of the old one. So that sits upright like that. And this one sits like so. So there's a difference. Why they changed it, I don't know. Maybe that this one holds the rod better, prevent it from bending, because when the rods in this one were quite bent when I first got it. So it might be that extra guarding, I'm not sure. But there's a difference between the two pins. There, as you can see. There and there. hole at the bottom's different as well, that big hole. And that's the top. This pin goes in alongside a rubber seal, and this one goes straight through, so there is a difference. That's those. Let's look at the rods themselves. The rods themselves are actually identical in length and thickness, and they've still got the pin through there, so there's no difference there. Right, okay, I'll carry on. Right, so that's all it stripped now. All I've got to do is just take this apart now, and then we can get the caustic soda on it. Took the tyres off that. I don't think there's any difference on the base. Let me have a look while we're here. Corgi Major. Corgi Major carrying more car transporter. No. Nothing. No numbers, nothing on it. There's the two. Right, enough waffling. Let's get on to the next stage. Right, next stage will be getting this stripped, and then we'll get the caustic soda out. Catch you in a second. Right, that's the base drilled out. Let's lift her off and see what we've got inside. Okay, that's just a straightforward base. And there's the mechanism that holds the pin. There's the pin. That will go in, squeeze in there, like so, and hold that in place. So, I mustn't lose this. So that's your pin. Okay. Goes that way around with the open end to the back. Right, so that's your pin. Mustn't lose that. So that's that. That's that. Right, now I'm going to get my Dremel. It's got a big, let me try and focus on there. Got a big rivet in there, that's massive. So I'm going to change my Dremel to the pointy bit that I use. Get this out of here. Fold it. Give me tin here somewhere. I had it yesterday. Where is it? Come on, come on, come on. There it is. Got it. This is the point I use. Get that in the old Dremel. And well, that's it. This takes a bit of time because you've got to go slow. I don't know if you can see that or not. Get it in, bite it in, as far as you can. It's a bit awkward to show you this on camera. Right, it's getting there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this off camera. I can get stuck into it because the camera's in front of me at the moment. But yeah, you can get the general idea. I mean, it's not the fastest and most accurate in the world, but it saves risking drilling through the roof or cracking a glass or something, you know. I mean, like I say, I'll try different methods, and this is one method I'm trying for a couple of castings, maybe 2 or 3 castings, and then I'll try another method, and I'll pick the best one in the end. Okay, so I'll cut back in a minute. Well, that's the glass out. It's a bit manky. I don't think I'll be using that method again with that Dremel and that burr bit. It takes too long, and it gets hot and it melts the glass, so I shan't be using that method again, so scrub around that. I've tried it a couple of times, and these are quite thick anyway, look. So I'm not going to bother. Right, so that's that. That's the cab. All good to go. These here, I'm not drilling for rivets for these two, because to be honest with you, there's bugger all to buy it to. So what I'm going to do is just go down a fraction, just enough to put a false rivet in there. But on this one, I'll drill right down. God, excuse me, I've just been spraying that cheap pound shop black spray paint on the base, and even got the extractor fan on it. It's getting the back of my throat. Right, there's the base. Okay, right, okay, so we're completely stripped. Now we have to get the caustic soda going. I'm not sure to strip both bases. Where's that corrosion? There, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'll strip both these bases. I'll sod it now, I'll strip them all. Because I might do this one in yellow actually, when it's, if I can find 2 more arms. Because the other yellow one of these with a blue front end. Right, we'll get this caustic soda out and we'll get this stripped off. Right, caustic soda time. We're having double bubble this time. I've got the base in this one. I've got the tailgate and the cab base in this one. So, kettle's just boiled. Let's fire up. That in there. That one in there. Let's go. Let's go. Hit it. Hit me, baby, one more time. Busy, busy, busy. Hit me, baby, just one more time. That may be a bit more. Coming off. Coming off there. Oh no, lost it. Right, put that in there. Right, we'll let that fizzle for a bit and we'll get her out, get her cleaned up. And I've got to put the top bit in. I'll put the top deck in, that'll go in next. So, I'll let this brew up a little bit and then I'll go back to you when it's out and rinsed off. Right, this is fresh out the caustic. It's been rinsed. There's a good bit of paint on, well, I say good bit of paint on. The bits of paint is over there, bit of blue there. So, I'm going to set to it with the wire wheel now. I think I'll probably get through about 2 or 3 of these bloody wire wheels. Okay. So I'm going to have a go at that in a second. We'll see how we get on. There you go, all polished up, ready to go. All polished up, ready for primer. Cab, all done. Tailgate, all done. Base, got to mask the top wheels hubs off. Top deck, all done. I tell you what, that took some flipping doing. It took ages and ages to get them all out. Excuse me, the camera's on a suicide mission, kamikaze. Excuse me a minute, that's it. There we go again. Wait one. Let's try this. Anyway, that's the bottom deck, all done. That corrosion, the other side, what I've done, I've filled it, smoothed it all off. So it's not too bad at the minute, look. Right, what we're going to do, because these wheel, whatever we call them, runners, gullies, whatever, here, they're painted silver. So I'm going to leave these bare metal, because they polish up all right, look. So what I'm going to do is going to mask them, and before I do the primer, just ordinary bog standard masking tape, nothing special. I'll do them, I'll do the top deck runners as well. Yeah, that way, that saved me a job, and I think it looked quite nice. And a tailgate runner as well, I'll do that. So that's what we're going to do now. Going to mask them up and get sorted. Then we can get some grey primer down. Yeah, that was a bit of oxidation. I filled it and everything else. Camera doesn't like it, does it? But anyway, so that's what we're going to do now. I got this little baby this morning. Look at the state of that, eh? This, believe it or not, I got this really cheap. I mean, we're talking dirt cheap. It's stinky. Range Rover ambulance. Just right on my alley. This got it's winking at you. Look, there was an eye missing. Yeah. So I'll just chuck that on there, and we'll have a look at that at some point. Okay, doke. Right, let's get some masking tape down on these then. Cameras, I've got to sort my camera out, it keeps dropping off. I don't know why. Sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't. The suction pad on the bottom, sometimes you'll get it stuck and it'll be great. Other times you could take 3, 4, 5, 6 goes to get it to stay. So I'm going to piddle about with this for a minute and get it rock solid, then we'll get some masking tape on. See you in a minute. Right, this is what we're doing on here. You'll probably see why now that I don't do a lot of masking on camera. Because I'm a bit ham-fisted, cack-handed, or whatever you like to call it. And I'm looking over the camera here, making sure I've got it in, trying to keep it in shot. Get that along that edge there. Tuck it in there. Bring it over. Bring it along. Try and keep it in that edge. Best I can. So far, so good. Over there. Done there. And along there. Right, get my slicer. A slice and dicing. On there. Well, that's how we've been doing it anyway. Let's go wrong with the back of my paintbrush. Get it all flat. So that's what I've been doing. I've got one more piece to do here. Then we'll just go and check it all, and then we'll be ready for primer. Oh, I'll do the hubs. Then we're ready for primer. Okay, catch you in a minute. Right, everything's primered up. Ready for the top coat. Here we go. Top deck. Primed and ready to go. Bottom deck. Yeah, that bit was alright where that corrosion was. That sorted that out nicely. Yeah. All good to go. So that's the next job. So get that all done. This is going to be white, obviously. That's going to be blue. That's going to be blue. Okay, so we have to get set up and work out how we're going to do this. It's going to be a job. I've got to find something to dry it all. Okie doke. We'll get set up a spray booth and we'll get sorted. See you in a bit. That's the blue done. Quite nice. Not a bad colour match. Not great. That's dry now. So what I'm going to do is take this masking off before I lacquer it. I'm going to lacquer it. And hopefully that'll keep some of the bare metal shining. I've done the tailgate. That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. So what I've got to do now is I'll lacquer that. So that's that. So let's get stuck in and get this off. See how we're going to do this. Get this off here. It's not a very nice day today. It's Saturday. The weather's taken a turn for the worst. It's cold. It's windy. It's not very nice at all out there. So let's take that off. And it's looking good so far. Looking good so far. Pull that one off. Oh, it's a steady. Here we go. One strip. That's it, isn't it? It's all right. The beauty of this, if I get a little bit, like there's a bit of blue there, I can just scrape that off. Or I can just put a bit of sandpaper on. That'll come off because it's not paint. So that's good. Let's try a bit more. Just hook that underneath there where I can. Not pulling it off. Try this end here. It might be easier this end. I don't want to scratch the paint. That's got it. Get a lift on that. Yeah. So, hope everybody is okay, looking after themselves in these crazy times. There, look at that. Oh, I'm pleased with that. I just got a little bit in there, look. Just a little bit I can scrape off there. I can do that easy enough. Just scrape that off. That's great. I'm pleased with that. Yeah. So this is going to get a coat of lacquer. That saves me a mess about trying to paint that silver in there. That looks cool. I'm impressed with that. Yeah. So I think we should be good to go. So that's that done. That's the tailgate done. Yeah, I'm not going to muck about. That'd be silly. I've gone ahead and painted the cab, or the unit, or whatever you want to call it. So that's going to be lacquered. I'm just waiting for the shed to warm up now, because I've got the fire on. I'm waiting for the shed to warm up, and then I can get some lacquer on here. Once that's done, I basically want to do all this bottom unit first. Get it painted, get it lacquered, and get it sorted. and then I can put this to one side, give it 3 or 4 days to dry, or well, a couple of days to dry, and see how we go. Then I'll get the top done. I just want to put a pin through here a minute. Give me a second. Just want to see whether or not, yeah, that's okay. Drop a pin through here. You see, look, now you have a look here. There is not an awful lot of room to muck about banging our head down. So I'm not sure how we're going to go about this for the best way to do it without damaging it. So anyway, enough waffling. Let's get on. So I'm going to put this over there, get it lacquered. Okay. See you in a minute. Right, where are we up to? Okay. Last time the blue was dry, I let that dry for a good while. I've done the white top. You can see that's come out quite nice underneath. So that's had some lacquer. And that's had time to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the decals, the 2 decals on here, back of here. That's the corgi dog and the license plate at the back. I'm going to do that first because I don't want to do it while it's on the trailer. So I'm going to do that, and while it's drying and curing, I'm going to do the details on this, the grille, the headlights and the bumper. I'll let that dry, and then we can see how we go. And when that's all dry, we'll start putting it together. I cleaned all the pins up and everything else. Polished them with a bit of metal polish. Clean the tyres up, they're all ready to go. Windscreen's ready to go. So, first task then, is not to knock the camera over. Tell you, I'll keep threatening to nail this frigging thing down. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It just seems weird. It's a suction pad thing, and some days it sticks forever, and other days it just not having it. I might change back to the other camera angle with a tripod, but you don't get a very close up. Anyway, let's see how this goes. Right, okay, so we've got that. I've got my water. It's cooled down a bit now, so I'll stick one of these in here. I've cut around as you can see in that corner there, I've cut around best I can to have the least amount of carrier film. So we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. Drop that in there. Hopefully it won't take too long. And it doesn't fall apart on me. Yeah. So we're back in the shed again. It's morning time now. It's, what day is it today? Can't remember now. I've been self-isolating for weeks now. It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah. All day. So I'll spend a bit of time doing this morning. And then tomorrow, we're going to put it together, which will be fun. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but I really, really hope it turns out all right, because I put a lot of effort into this today, the last few days. I'm hoping that it's going to be all right. Let's just have a look. Let's just take that out a second. Put your finger on it. Oh yeah, it's moving. Right, let's get this in position then. It goes in the middle there somewhere. Cop that up a little bit. Oh look, it's done it again. Oh, it's bloody stay there. Come on, baby. Oh, that's got you. Well, that's him in there. That's that in there. Let's get a bit of kitchen rolls to soak a bit of that up. I know, kitchen roll, frivolous. In these times, kitchen rolls like gold dust, isn't it? Eh? It's a bit of excess. Put that round there like that. That's that one. Do the other one. This is tiny, this one, the number plate. Drop that in the water. See how we get on. That's still solid. Yeah, what I might do is put some, I've got some here somewhere. There it is. Put a bit of Microsol on it. Just to help it adhere. Only one little drop. That'll help it stick around the edges. It's going to stay and dry for the rest of a few hours, so. Alright, let's have a look at this one. Get it with tweezers. Come on, get it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's get it back on there. Come on. Here we go. Get rid of you. You in the corner. Fairly straight, isn't it? Yeah, I think that'll be alright there. Stuck in there. There you go. There you go. Put a little drop on there. Right. That's that bit. Put that back in there so I don't lose it. Put them up there. Put that back in there. I like to try and keep tidy if I can, because you end up never have enough workspace otherwise, do you? Alright, we'll leave that over there to dry, and then we'll get on with these. Yeah, are we still secure? Yeah, oh, look at that. Right, get the old paint to shake up. There's not a lot of detail on the front of this thing, so we're going to give it a bit of a shake up. Get the top off. we go. Get said brush. Which one are we? Can't remember which one we're using now. That weren't that one. Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one, I think. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right, here we go. According to what I've seen, all this is painted silver. The Bedford sign at the top and the rad grill here. So we'll have a look, see what we got here. Try and keep it in shot as usual. You don't want to really see my thumb, do you? I'm trying to keep my hand out of the way as much as I can, because this phone camera tends to focus on my finger and not on the paint job, as I've noticed. There you go. Well, let's hope everybody is still healthy and fine. I see the council's out, our local council's out cutting the bloody grass. So things can't be that bad, can it? Hey. I wouldn't have thought that would have been an essential service. But who knows? It's doing it again, isn't it? The headlight's not quite right there. Not happy with that. Well, that's that bit. See about this in here now. Ba ba da ba da ba da. That in there. Bedford. Let's see if I can do this. This build's been very challenging for me. I've had it on the side for a while and I've been thinking, shall I, shan't I, shall I, shan't I? And I just decided to take the plunge. As you know, I like to try and do different things. Whoops. God. You got a white out then. That's the first one. What I'm trying to do is trying to do the individual louvers. Give it a bit of contrast, you know. I'm not saying it's going to work out, but I can try, can't I? If it doesn't work, I can just fill it in like it is normally. It's just getting the right angle for the light so you can see where you're going with it. Most people, I would say, would have fast forwarded by now. But those of you who are sticking with it, thank you very much. All I'm doing here, I know it takes time, it's taken up video, but I'm just trying to show you the detail painting rather than just rush through it. I know some people like to see it, some people don't. I've got no biscuits today, run right out. Mrs. made a cake yesterday, so that wasn't so bad. I'm not bringing that up here because it'll be crumbs every bloody where. Nearly there, boys, nearly there. Sorry about the camera, keep zooming like that on. Trying to keep it the best I can, so it's not just zooming in on my fingers. Right, that's the general idea. Look, so I am going to knock it off now and do it off camera. These last two, so it's just that last one there to do, and that front bumper. Okay, so I'm just, it's just that the camera keeps taking it in and out, but you can see, look, if I get in close, that's what we're doing. All right, so I'll catch you when that's done. All right, that's it, done. Quite nice. Front bumper paint only goes part way, so done the door handles, fuel filler cap, and that's it. All right, let this go off and dry before I start assembling it. So we'll see what else we're going to do in a bit. Okay, then. See you in the assembly time. Right, here we go. Assembly time. Well, this is take 3, believe it or not. The first time I did a dry one, that was okay. And when I went to do it and I was filming it, I struggled to get one of these pens in. And it took me forever, and the video dragged on and on and on of me trying to put this pin in. But what it is, these rubbers are getting very old in there now. There's a little rubber seal in there, and one of them is slowly getting bad, but it'll do, it'll work. So once I've got it going, I'm not going to be playing with it. So I had to take it all apart and redo it again and what have you. So in order to keep this video, it's an hour long at the moment. I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. So enough waffling. I've done the cab. That's all done. All right. Looking very nice. Now, I've put this together. It's the third time. Quite straightforward. Pins straight through. Make sure the straight arms at the front and the hooked arms at the back, obviously. Pins through. And the tailgate, the bottom pin goes through there, locates through the back stays and the back of the tailgate, as you can see. So that's all done. That's pretty straightforward. The tricky one is getting these in. I've got this to operate now. That operates okay. And so does that one. All right. So what I'm going to do with these, just going to quickly show you on camera, is push them up through there, making sure that this at the front, if you've got one of these early types, and it's got this in it, then this needs to go facing the front. Okay, and shove it up through there. All right, and then I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way. Locate the pin through. There's E. Yeah, that's in. Locate the pin through. Do the same with the other side, making sure that's at the front. Locate the pin through. Right, so they're both through. Now, get that hooked up there. We'll get this pin through here. It's all a bit jiggery pokery with these things. Making sure that you've got, you can see the hole. Twist round a bit. Pull it out slightly. Don't want to pull it out too far. If you do, it will come apart on you. Now just try a bit more. I think we got it there. Push down a bit. Come on, baby. Can't see for looking here. Come on. That's through. Do the other side. Pull that up. So I'll try and locate the hole. You ain't got a lot of room to see. How we go. Up a bit more, I think. I want to pull it out there. Come on, where are you? Oh, missed it completely. There you go. No, missed it. Come on, where are you? That's it, through. Right. It's good you've got my hands in the way all the time, but it's a bit tricky. Right, so that's it. That's how it goes together. It should operate nicely. There you go. All the way down. And then all the way up. Yeah. Tailgate lifts up. Like that. Okay. So that's how we are. That's how it goes together. Well, what I'm going to do now is got to bang all these pins in, and it's going to take a while because I've got to be ever so careful to bang these pins in. This tailgate's a bit floppy on here. I don't know why that is. Maybe if once I tighten that pin up, it'll help it out a little bit. But yeah, that's it. So I'm going to knock all the pins in, and then put the decal on the side and the tyres on. And the next time you'll see it, it will be for the final reveal. Okie doke. This is what we started with. Corgi's 1104 car transporter. Two to make one good one. So this is what we started with. So let's see what we ended up with. Okay then. Here she is. With the corgi cars on it as well. That's we have the old 1104 number. I can't do it in my light box because it's far too big to get in the light box. So I've just put it on a bit of a turntable so you can have a look at it. With the cars on board as well. So I'll just turn it around a bit so you can have a look. There we go. That's what we got. Hope you like it. Shot down the side. Cruising over the top. The old Northants convertible, Northants coupe, the A40, the Jag, and the Mini. All on there. Decals were all on. Cruising around the side. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. I must admit. I'm glad I've done it now. Round the back. Got the tailgate. Let's have a look. See the old Jag in there, look. There you go. Put the tailgate back up in case it all fall off. Slowly around here. Look at this side. Close up of the Mini. Jag. There we go. That's it. Well, this will save a bit more room in the cabinet. I can keep these 4 cars on here then, can't I? There we go. Let's get it round this way a bit. And then close in at the cab. Over the top. Cruising along here. Aerial view. There you go. All done. All done, my friends. Panning out. There you go. Well, I hope you like this one. It was a bit of a mission with all these pins and stuff, but we got it done. We got it done. Okay, onwards and upwards. On to the next video. Thanks very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and always be happy.